Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Now we proceed with chapter 7b. Alright, so oxidation number and also redox reactions. Okay, so now you will use your knowledge in order to balance the equation by using the ion electron method in acidic medium. So in previous lessons, you already learned how to calculate the oxidation number. As I mentioned once again, when the oxidation number of element is increased, meaning that that element or that substance undergoes the oxidation process. Okay, it is vice versa with uh, reduction reaction. So the oxidation number of that element or the particular element is decreased. So for example, in this case, you have chlorine Cl2 plus 2 Br minus produced to 2 chlorine ion plus bromine ion. So whatever it is, you need to find out the oxidation number to solve this problem in order to make sure you can identify which element will undergo oxidation reaction or reduction reaction. So for chlorine, so as I mentioned, so since you can see that um, this chlorine is no charge, so meaning that it will have oxidation number is 0. Meanwhile, for bromine, you have -1, so you have -1 oxidation number. Then that chlorine turn into ion chlorine, so it has -1. Meanwhile, bromine it becomes 0. Alright, so here you can see that for chlorine will undergo reduction reaction because the number of oxidation number is reduced or decreased. Alright, from 0 to -1. So while bromine will undergo the oxidation reaction. So the chlorine itself will act as an oxidizing agent, while bromine ion will act as a reducing agent. Very simple, right? So then example 1, so here you have that oxygen. You can see that from the equation you have the oxygen, so it's very easy to find out the oxidizing agent and also the oxidation reaction and also the reduction reaction when we deal with the oxygen. When you deal or you have the oxygen in your um, compound, so if let's say here you can see that copper oxide become copper itself, so it undergoes the reduction reaction. While for nitrogen here, NH3 will undergo the oxidation. So also at the same time, you can calculate the number of oxidation number from here to identify, to make sure, to clarify or to prove that copper oxide undergo the reduction oxidation. So where you can calculate the oxidation number, so copper plus -2, oxygen always -2 equal to 0. So copper here you have +2. So from +2 become 0, so it shows that the oxidation number is reduced. So confirm that that reaction is reduction reaction. For oxidation reaction, so for nitrogen you can calculate that nitrogen plus 1 times 3 equal to 0. So you have here nitrogen is -3, so from -3 here becomes 0, so there is an increasing of oxidation number. So confirm that that is a oxidation process or reaction. So copper oxide will act as a oxidizing agent, meanwhile for ammonia will act as a reducing agent. So example 2 here, okay. So since you have that manganese oxide, so manganese oxide you have -1, so the manganese itself underline you have +7 as the oxidation number if you calculate it, and then you have iron 2 plus, so it has 2 plus become +3, so here involve the oxidation reaction because there is a addition or increasing of oxidation number while manganese is reduced from +7 to +2, so it will involve the reduction reaction. Okay, so I need you to try to solve this problem to find out the underlined of the atoms in the compound, find the oxidation number for chromium, and the second one is also for chromium. And then here you need to find out the given the unbalanced equation below, and then just identify the oxidation number of each underlying element, and at the same time you identify the oxidizing and also reducing agent. And also the third question, the third problem given the equation below, also same, so you need to find out the oxidation number for each underlying element and identify the oxidizing agent and also reducing agent. And then the last part in this chapter is a balancing redox reaction in acidic solution. So this is the step involved for balancing redox reaction in acidic solution. The first one is the right unbalanced equation for the reaction ionic form, which is you can see here you have the Fe2 plus, there is a one only atoms of Fe, and then became Fe3 plus ion. Also you have one air ion there. But for chromium, as you can see, there is a chromium 2O7, so there is a 2 chromium atom. So then the product you have the chromium 3 plus is only one atom. So there is you need to balance the equation first. Then you need to identify which of the element or ion will undergoes the oxidation or reduction process. So from there you can separate the equation. You can write down the equation into two half reaction. So for oxidation you will have Fe2 plus produce Fe3 plus, and also reduction you have Cr2O7 became Cr3 plus. So then balance the atom of other than oxygen and hydrogen in each half reaction. So here for iron you no need to balance the atom because both of them is one atom, but chromium you need to balance it on the right hand side of the equation. So it will become 2 chromium 3 plus. Okay, the fourth step, what you should do is for reaction in acid, you need to add water H2O to balance oxygen atom and hydrogen ion to balance hydrogen atoms. So first of all, whatever it is, you need to add water depending on the number of oxygen present in the equation. So if you can see here, you have here 7 oxygen in the left hand side of the equation, so meaning that you need to add 7 water. Okay, so simple macam tu, you just ambil saja 7 water, but in water in the right hand side of the equation you have 14 hydrogen. So to balance the equation you need to add hydrogen ion into the left hand side of your chemical equation, then you have the balanced one. So 14 H plus and then 2 H2O, 7 H2O. And then after that, after you settle the fourth step, then you need to add electron to one side of each half reaction to balance the charges on the half reaction, and then if necessary equalize the number of electron in the two half reaction by the multiplying the half reaction by appropriate coefficient. So here for oxidation, so you need to add the electron, because here for iron Fe2 plus, you have 2 plus ion. So here you have 3 plus 1 negative 1 electron. Okay, so meaning 3 minus 1, you will have positive 2 at both sides of the equation. So it will balance. So for second, for reduction reaction, you will have 14H plus. Okay, so here dekat sini kan 14 hydrogen tu, you ada 14 14 positive 14, and then you here negative 2. Meanwhile here you have 14 tolak 2 berapa? 12 kan. So 12. So ni kena dikali sekali ya. 2 darab 3 6. Positif 6, hidrogen kosong. So positif 6 dekat sebelah kanan, sebelah kiri you kena balancekan dia, jatuhkan dia jadi jadikan plus 6 juga. So 14 minus 2 baru 12. So 12 tambah dengan negatif 6 elektron, baru you dapat 6, iaitu positif 6 juga. So you tambahkan semua jadi positif 6. So both of the reaction baru balance. So after you balance semua dah okay, and then you tengok nak summarize kan, you tak boleh add on seterusnya sebab you kena samakan bilangan elektron pula. So since for second for reduction reaction you have 6 electron. Sorry, for reduction betul. So okay, for reduction reaction you have 6 electron, while for oxidation you have only 1 electron. So you need to times 6 for oxidation reaction in order to make sure you will have the same number of electron. Then you can cancel each other, cancel both of the electron since they have a same number of electron. Alright, what you should do now, you times 6. Okay, then after that you can cancel 6 electron and select 6 electron, then baru you add on. So all the things yang placed in the left hand side you tambahkan ke bawah saja, and then after arrow baru you masukkan sebelah kanan. Okay, so balancing. So what you should do, tambahkan, and then you have the last product, last equation, which is 14 hydrogen ion plus Cr2O7 2 minus plus 6 Fe2 plus produce 6 Fe3 plus 2 Cr3 plus 7 H2O. So this is the equation, ion electron equation in acidic medium. So for basic medium, so no need to do that because in syllabus we already cancelled the syllabus. Alright, so you just do in acidic form only. So 8th step is verify that the number of the atom and the charges are balanced. So you can calculate lah both of the side boleh dapat sama atau tidak elektronnya. Right, so I think you need to try this for this question. So I have two. I have a lot of question here. So but there is a two question. For the first one, I try to give you an example. So Fe2 plus ClO minus Fe3 plus. So here you can see that iron will go under oxidation. So the other ones, chlorine, ClO3 minus, will undergo the reduction. So what you should do here, you need to write down the half equation. So as I mentioned, saya lagi suka buat asingkan dia siap-siap, oxidation and then reduction. So supaya you tidak nampak mengganggu awak lah. Okay, so what you should do, Fe2 plus, kita tulis itu, lepas tu nak panah dekatkan dia, jangan jauh-jauh, Fe3 plus, and then for reduction you have the ClO3 minus, nak panah dekat jadi Cl minus. So senang untuk anda tambahkan nanti elektron ke, hidrogen ke atau sebagainya. So mudah dekat sini, bila nampak, awak dah nampak dia jelas kat situ, Fe2 plus ni dah tambah, bila kita nak dah jadikan half equation dia dengan elektron, so tambah saja. tambah saja 1 elektron. So you dah balance kan equation kat situ. Meanwhile here for reduction ClO3 minus, Cl minus kan. So nampak berapa banyak oksigen kat situ, ada 3. So bila ada 3 maksudnya you kena tambah 3 H2O di sebelah kanan. Dan bila dah masuk 3 H2O sebelah kanan tu dah nampak, oh, okay, so saya nak tambah apa pula sir? So tambahkan bilangan hidrogen yang ada kat sebelah kanan kepada sebelah kiri. So ada 6 hidrogen itu, you have 6 H+. Okay, so now you have the balance equation. So but here you need to calculate the number of oxygen ion or electron untuk balancekan equation awak. So as you can see here, you have plus 6 plus negative 1. So meanwhile, selepas nak panah, you have Cl negative 1 and then plus 0. So meaning that yang you kena tolakkan ditambah elektron adalah di sebelah kiri sebelum equation tu. Nak tambah berapa? So you kena tambah lah berapa yang sesuai. So 6 tolak 1 jadi 5 kan. So nak jadikan negatif 1, you kena tambah lagi berapa banyak elektron? 6 elektron. Need to add 6 electron in order to make sure you will have negative 1 for both sides of the reaction, of both side of the you punya equation. So then nampak dah dapat 6 itu, so sebelah kiri what you should do, you need to times 6 in order to make sure you will have 6 Fe2 plus produce 6 Fe3 plus 6 electron. So here dah dapat tadi kan, dah complete dah kat situ, dah balance. So barulah boleh you tambahkan both of the equation. So 6 electron minus, so 6 electron here minuskan dengan electron tu, so jadikan equation tu full equation. So now you dapat berapa? 6 Fe2 plus dengan 6 H plus dengan ClO3 minus menghasilkan 6 Fe3 plus dengan Cl minus plus 3 H2O. So this is the complete equation for ion electron method in acidic solution. Hope you can understand about this. So I need you to try for the second question for this manganese in stannum, and then here also the final example of the final exam question I need you to do, and then you need to submit it to me at the end of the class for today, each of you. Okay, or ada orang yang nak tanya saya direct, saya akan marking lah untuk awak mana-mana yang mampu. Okay, so saya akan share juga dalam grup jawapan awak nanti. That's all from me. That's all. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum.